with information on the latest developments in assistive technology and initiatives from the studios of 2RPH in Sydney and around the country on the Radio Reading Network of Australia, we bring you Ablequest. Hello, I'm Marnie Roper. Today's guest is Daniel Hillyer, co-founder of Robofit. In May 2010, a balcony collapsed and Daniel fell 4.5 metres. He was taken to Prince of Wales Hospital and diagnosed with a C4-5 quadriplegia, which ended his career as a chef as he was told he would not be able to move from the neck down. In 2012, while visiting Germany, Daniel's wife, Marianne, who has a background in exercise science, came across technology from Cyberdyne, who are based in Japan. Cyberdyne developed HAL, which stands for Hybrid Assistive Limb, which is used to deliver rehabilitation treatment. In 2021, Daniel and his wife opened Robofit in Wollongong. It is the first Cyberdyne certified capacity building clinic in Australia. Robofit provides exoskeleton assisted therapy for people living with spinal cord injury. What is unique about the services that Robofit provides is that it is the only technology of its kind that utilises a neuro-controlled exoskeleton. Robofit clients wear an exoskeleton externally, providing support and assistance to movements of the wearer. Robofit offers a range of Cyberdyne exoskeletons, including lower limb neuro-controlled, single joint neuro-controlled, and lumbar support. Electrodes are placed on the skin. The technology detects the bioelectric signals that are sent by the wearer's central nervous system to the relevant muscles of the body, interpreting the wearer's movement intention and working with them to complete movements. The technology supports the wearer to improve their functions, including walking, standing, or posture. Daniel and his team work with clients with various neurological and musculoskeletal conditions, including stroke, spinal cord injury, multiple sclerosis, Parkinson's, motor neurone disease, and cerebral palsy. With a growing demand for this technology and the services it affords, Daniel and his wife have opened 5 clinics across Australia, including Victoria, New South Wales, and Queensland. Hannah Locke spoke with Daniel at the 2RPH studios about his journey and the technology and services that Robofit provides.
Good afternoon, Daniel. Thank you so much for joining us today. Could you tell us a bit about yourself and your own journey and how you got into this line of work with Robofit?
Yeah, sure. Thanks, Hannah. Thanks for having me today. Yeah, so my name's Daniel Hillyer, co-founder of Robofit. So it was started by my wife and I, Marianne Harris. I had a spinal cord injury in 2010 where a balcony railing gave way. I fell 4.5 metres and pretty much instantly knew something was wrong and was then transported to Prince of Wales Hospital where I spent 11 months. I was in ICU for quite some period of time, intubated, living off machines and things like that to then hit the rehab ward where my rehab was quite minimal at the time. I was allocated about an hour a day, but I was also diagnosed as a C4-5 incomplete quad at the time, so I had no movement from my neck down. So I literally I could move my eyes and my head at the time. So yeah, it was quite life-changing, to be honest, and I was 21 at the time, so had a motto back then of never say never and just wanted to improve myself and, do the best I can to get back on my feet. So Robofit was kind of created after my injury. And my wife had travelled to overseas, over to Germany, and had come across Cyberdyne, which is their exoskeleton product. I was doing rehab at the time at a neuro gym, and for me to stand and take steps would take 5 clinicians to get me up and do so. So we travelled to Japan in 2013, and we trialled the exoskeleton. It's a lower limb exoskeleton. It's neuro-controlled, so it works with me, not just for. And I saw huge improvements in my standing, my gait, so my walking pattern, my walking speed. I was able to do about 7 meters of walking previously to the 21 days of training. And by the end of the 21 days, I was able to do nearly 3 laps of the 26-meter walking track. So I saw a huge improvement.
Wow, incredible. And can you tell us a bit about the services and products that Robofit provides?
Yeah, of course. So we're community-based clinics. We've got clinics across New South Wales, Queensland, and Victoria at the moment. We do traditional physiotherapy and exercise physiology services. So your strength and conditioning, your goal-based sessions. So teaching people how to transfer, work on their independence. And the niche part about the business is the neuro-controlled exoskeletons. So a lower limb, a single joint, and a lumbar device. And these devices are work with the wearer, not for. So we put electrodes on the skin, on the surface of the skin on the main muscle group, and the device will pick up the signal going from the brain to the muscle and will assist someone to complete a movement. Yeah, it's got two settings. So it works, it will work for you based on weight shifting and 5 kilos of pressure through the sensor shoe and will initiate a step. But the niche part about it is, and the only one in the world that will work with the wearer.
Wow, that's very exciting. Daniel, could you explain and unpack for us a bit around how the technology at Robofit operates and how it works?
Yeah, absolutely. Good question. So the device is we put electrodes on the skin, so the surface of the skin of the wearer, and that will actually pick up the bioelectrical signal. So that's the message going from the brain to the muscle and will assist someone to complete a step or a movement. So if someone's fatiguing or fatigued on one side, we can offer more assistance. The device is all adjustable to fit the individual and the wearer. But yeah, basically the device is neuro-controlled, so driven by the wearer, not just for as such as like a passive exoskeleton.
Could you explain to us what you mean by the technology is neurocontrol?
Yeah, absolutely. So it's the intention to do a movement. So when you think to step, the device will actually kick in and assist to complete a step for you. So a good example of myself and my journey where I am today, I can use the device with no assistance on the left-hand side on the leg. We still put electrodes on, so we're picking up that live data, and we can see that on a Helm monitor, which is an iPad. We then put it to a TV so the client and clinician can see what muscles are firing and when, but I still have assistance on the right-hand side. So that's how modular the device is. If someone, is quite able to take a step with their left-hand side or their left leg, we can adjust the right-hand side to offer more assistance in the knee or the hip.
So one of the benefits of the technology is how customizable it is for each case and
Yeah.
the patients.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
then with the therapy, does it tend to sort of operate, say, an individual part of the body getting focused on it at a point in the session, and then moving into other aspects of movement?
So like a general session looks like an hour and a half to 2 hours. It's about a half an hour setup, and then it's the rest of the time active using the device on the treadmill. But yeah, essentially it's using the device to build independence, strength, and then hopefully we can wean someone off it onto what's the next best thing that they can use to, one, get out of the chair and ambulate upright or stand upright independently and things like that. Yeah.
And could you tell us about the medical side of the services that you offer?
Yeah. So the medical side, again, just touching on the exoskeleton. So the single joint is a device that will work on the ankle, wrist, knee, and elbow. Again, neuro controlled. The lumbar device we use for a standing posture and a falls prevention tool. So good for sitting reach, standing, sit to stands, and things like that. And for the elderly as well. So again, a falls prevention tool. But the lower limb exoskeleton, gait training. So using a rehab setting, used over a treadmill in a bodyweight support system and a harness to eliminate any falls. A lot of our clients are standing, some of them are standing for the first time ever in a long time. So having that harness and the bodyweight support system eliminates that fear of falling and the risk while they're relearning to sit, stand, walk again.
Could you tell us, Daniel, an example of one of your patients or clients and some of their journeys that they've gone on?
Yeah, absolutely. Where do I start? We've nearly helped to date around 500 clients, and all their stories are amazing. One story that sticks in my mind for our Queensland clinic, we actually had to set up a wedding in the clinic, and we had a client come in. She wore the exoskeleton, her wedding dress. She walked down. We set up an aisle. She had her family and friends come, and we had a wedding in the clinic. But then we've had clients that have, been able to stand and independently take steps again, who were told that, they would never succeed in doing that again. The device is used as a therapy tool, and then it's basically transitioning them out into what's next. So, and that looks like a knee locking device called a C-brace, which locks the knee and allows people to independently get around mobilizing with those.
At a higher level, what sort of conditions do people come in terms of those that you treat? Are there particular areas that you see more of?
Yeah, absolutely. We see quite a broad range of injuries. So spinal cord injury, stroke, brain injury, Parkinson's, MS, FND, cerebral palsy. The device can be used with all these people.
And just in terms of your own story, what gets you motivated and passionate about the Robofit business?
Yeah, of course. It's I saw some really good benefits back in 2013. The technology's been around since 2004, but that young naive me of, being a 6'1" person with a 13-foot squeezing into a 5-foot something robot in a 10 shoe and seeing improvements over such a short period of time, I was like, I just said to my wife, Marianne, I was like, we need to take this home and share it with our community so people don't have to travel 12 hours to access it. It's here in the country, and yeah, we've got the community-based clinics, and yeah, I wake up with a smile on my face every day knowing that I get to interact with our clients and our team, and yeah, it's I love what we do.
Thank you for sharing that. And I suppose looking ahead into the future, because I understand that you've recently opened an office in Melbourne. What are the future plans and on the horizon for Robofit, and where to from here?
Yeah, Robofit Melbourne opened November last year. We've got a team down there that's humming down there at the moment. We've nearly hit capacity, so looking to onboard some new team members as well. But yeah, our goal at the moment is opening more clinics across the country to service those that are on our wait lists. We hit 5 years last week. So 5 clinics in 5 years, that was our target. And now our target's, a little bit higher from there, but it's also looking to incorporate and have like a bit more of a holistic hub so people can travel to us and have a bit more of a destination. They come to us and do their rehab and their sessions in the exoskeleton or the traditional base side of things. But then they've got accommodation where they can, go and have a rest. There's social and rec activities out of there as well. And then, when they're feeling up to it, they can jump on a train or access the community as well and kind of explore from there. So, yeah, the big picture is more community-based clinics, accessing hospitals as well for that early intervention side of things to get people access to the technology a little bit sooner. But yeah, the future is quite bright.
Yes, I certainly agree with that. Just for our listeners, how best can they get in touch with Robofit and those services if they wish to understand more and what's available to them?
We're on socials, so Facebook and Instagram. Our website's www.robofit.com.au, or simply giving us a call on 1-800-560-842. And the team be more than happy to, answer any questions, run through how the services work, pricing, what sort of intensive packages and things we can offer as well.
Okay, sounds terrific. Thank you so much for your time today, Daniel.
Brilliant. Thanks, Hannah. Appreciate it.
And I've just been speaking with Daniel Hillyer from Robofit. To find out more, please visit the website robofit.com.au, or you can contact them on 1-800-560-842.
You have just been listening to Ablequest, a program that looks at developments in assistive technology. Thank you for listening, and goodbye till next program.